Okay, Precalculus, we pick up with your notes right where we left off yesterday. I told you guys we'd be working through this. We're going to go through example B and then example 8. So let's go to work. It says show that the following equations represent circles by placing them in standard form. Again, standard form is x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared is equal to my radius squared. It says identify the radius in the center. So we need to complete the square. And so as you look at this problem, I have x squared plus y squared minus 6y is equal to 7. So I want to complete the square for this portion. It's already done. But if I want to complete the square for this portion, I've got some work yet to do. So what number would you add in there to complete the square? To figure that out, I'd take my negative 6 and divide it by 2, which is negative 3, and I square it to get 9. So 9 is the number that you add to both sides. So I'm going to add my 9 into both sides. My new equation, x squared plus y minus 3 quantity squared is equal to 16. So that's my new equation. What's the center? Well, the center will be 0, 3, and the radius is the square root of 16, which is 4. So there you have it. So you should be able to take equations for circles, put them in standard form, identify the center and the radius. Also note, Precalculus, we talked about this earlier, Wednesday before break, you can plan on a test. As you glance at here, we have solving equations, solving equations and inequalities graphically. That's not going to be very difficult for everybody to do. And then after that, we actually get to writing equations for lines and stuff like that. So you can see here a line slope, point slope, slope intercept, standard form, vertical form. So that should be any problem to get through that material, and that should be pretty familiar to you. So I would say, you know, this is really the last bit of really new content that'll be on your test. The rest of it should hopefully be pretty familiar. So our last step is to find an equation for a circle whose center is negative 1, 2, passes through the point 7, negative 13. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I just got interrupted. So where are we at? Find an equation for a circle whose center is negative 1, 2, and passes through the point 7, negative 13. Okay, so we need to write an equation. Needs to look like x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared is equal to my radius squared. If we know the center is negative 1, 2, we know we can plug in a negative 1 for h, we can plug in a 2 for k. So our equation becomes x plus 1 quantity squared plus y minus 2 quantity squared is equal to my radius squared. Now, we don't really know the radius yet, but if the center is negative 1, 2, and it passes through the point 7, negative 13, if I could just draw a diagram here, we're just going to go 5, 10, 15. Okay, so if the center is negative 1, 2, negative 1, 2, somewhere like that, okay, so that's my center. And the circle passes through the point 7, negative 13, so that'll be over 7 and down 13, so somewhere here. You know, so you guys laugh at my circle drawing capabilities. Actually, I don't think that that's that bad. Helps make sound effects. All right, so really what I want to know is this distance. That's my radius. Well, I can find that distance. I just use the distance formula. The distance formula says that distance is equal to the square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1, 20 squared. So distance is equal to square root of x sub 2 is 7 minus x sub 1 is negative 1, 20 squared, plus y sub 2 is negative 13 minus y sub 1 is 2. So the square root of 8 squared plus 15 squared, or the square root of 64 plus 225, square root of 289, which is 17. So it looks like the radius is 17. And so what I'll have is it's equal to 17 squared over 289. Now, that's fine. You're done with the problem. But in case somebody didn't see anything here, I want you to understand, didn't we say that the distance formula is really the same as the circle formula? So I just want you to watch one trick. If you get it, great. If you don't, fine. Instead of setting up the distance formula, I could just take my circle equation. We will use my x and y values as 7 and 13 up here, and we're just going to plug them in to there and to there. So instead of doing all that work, I could do 7 plus 1, 20 squared, plus 13 minus 2, 20 squared is equal to r squared. Or 8 squared plus negative 15 squared is r squared, and it came up with 289 is equal to r squared. So either way we can get the 289, whether you use the distance formula or the circle way that it's written, but either way you should come up with the right answer. So just, we talked about how they're related yesterday. There you have another example. You should now be capable of finishing your entire assignment. Yesterday I posted this for you. Page 102, problems from section 108, 45 through 55 odd, and 73 through 75, and 81 through 83. Thanks for your hard work on the homework tests. Hopefully I'll have those graded for you very soon. That's it. Listen to Mr. Shablewski. Work hard on your assignments. Check your answers in your notebook. Be ready for a new assignment on Thursday.